to do.
Yeah.
And we are live.
We are.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Carol Fillion, who is joining me from Canada. I am, of course, Melissa Trumbull from ZFG Living, and our topic today, how to stay high vibe amidst the bullshittery of daily living. Because, dang, it can be a challenge, n'est-ce pas?
We. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. And part of the thing, we do have control, like, as you know, I'm always saying, you have your thoughts, you have your reactions, you have your emotions, and you can synthesize all of that to respond to things, and develop your feelings about events or people or circumstances. However, it all starts, as you were just saying, Carol, with intention setting.
That's right.
So
That's right.
so can you elaborate on that for our listeners?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen, energy comes to and through us, right? And it comes to us in the form of thought. And, as it comes into our conscious mind, the conscious mind can accept or reject. And so we have a tendency of accepting everything that media throws at us and all of that stuff. And then we get emotionally involved in it. We get all the feels around it. And then we download that to our subconscious. And then it becomes our new automatic.
Right.
So here's the thing. When the thought comes in, where's the intention? Right? What are you going to do with that thought? What do you want to do with that thought? So, intention setting can be as simple as when I wake up in the morning, literally, it's something really cool is going to happen for me today. I have no idea what it is, but I'm excited. Boom. That raises my vibration, gets me in a completely different space so that it's not the, okay, what do I have to do today? And not going through my to-do list and all this stuff. No, it's something really cool is going to happen for me today. I have zero idea what it is.
100%.
That's half the fun. So,
Right.
it's setting the tone. And you and I were talking about this too. It's not just setting the intention for ourselves. Even better is when you set an intention for someone else.
Yes,
You can
and send that out.
transcend your ego and get yourself out of the way. And, we were talking about that, right? The Power of Eight, that book, my gosh, that movement, really, it's a movement.
So
Power of
yeah,
Eight groups popping up all over the place.
so let's talk about that.
Yes.
So Carol introduced me to this book, The Power of Eight, and it stems from this fabulous person who was doing all of these, talks and workshops, and just sort of trying to figure out how to scientifically evaluate, like, okay, what does positive thought, whether you call it prayer or intention, vibes, whatever, like, what does it actually do? And dang, actually set up experiments on, things like plants, or wasn't there water in one of them? And
Yeah.
got different labs to volunteer to host it, so everyone would come online and they would agree to, okay, in slide 1, we're going to send energy. And then they would evaluate, like, what the spectrometer reading was, or like how much the seedling grew over the next few days and whatnot. And dang, if it makes a freaking difference.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm not an easy adopter of things that I can't quantify and understand and see and touch. But I think that the times that people have, helped me through difficult times, I know, and they weren't coordinating, like doing it all at the same time. And for, I think it was 10 minutes was her typical time period for people to focus. However, there is something to the power of knowing that people are sending us good mojo. Additionally, may I correct myself? In the experiments, it didn't matter if the subject knew.
Yes, I know. Yeah, she does say it's better if the intended is aware, but they don't have to be. No, not at all.
Right.
because sometimes the intention can be set to a certain experience or for the
Mhm.
environment or for right? It can be things like that. Like you said, seedlings, so long as like it's a living thing,
Right.
then that it picks up that energy. And actually, I'm like you too. I mean, if the minute I see that, the sniff test says, "Ooh, this might smack of woo woo," and might be a little hard sell, right? Then it's like that. I got to put my finger in the hand and kind of okay. How does this work? And the thing
Mhm.
that I really loved about Lynn McTaggart's Power of Eight book is that she was a journalist. So from the school of explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old because I got to be
Yeah.
able to convey this information, right? I got to understand it and I got to see all of the moving parts and see how we connect these dots.
Mhm.
And she was able to do that with those experiments with, I believe, the Dr. Gary Schwartz from University of Arizona. And the thing that I really enjoyed was the sciencey stuff actually behind it, right? The quantum physics and all of
Mhm.
that good stuff, and that the electrons and protons and all of that, because that they do once they communicate, then it doesn't matter where
Yeah.
it does. The
100%.
distance makes no difference whatsoever. Because when you were talking about doing the experiments with the seedlings,
Mhm.
she was holding the intention setting in Australia the
Yeah.
first time that they ran it. Those seeds were sitting in Tucson, Arizona.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, and not once. They ran it 6 times to make sure that it wasn't a fluke.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that by the time that their results were such that there was no denying that it worked,
Mhm.
because had it been a fluke, it would have had to have been the equivalent of, like, flipping a coin and having it be on heads 143 times in a row. That would have been
Mhm.
like, it was
Right.
that kind of a it was just phenomenal to me as I'm reading this. It's like, "Whoa," like, mind blown, mic drop, the whole 9
Well,
yards, so
and it gave me a lot of hope because if you can gather some
yes.
people and say, "All right, at this time,
Mhm.
let us extend our heartfelt wish
Yep.
to increase a love in this area of the world or
Yes.
to increase health with this person."
Mhm.
And what was intriguing is that when people did focus on others, they received the benefits as well.
Ding, ding, ding.
And so that was really fascinated, and I'm gonna have to reread it because I wanna go more into the fact that I am really wanting to see and understand what is it about the groups because there wasn't any special training. She did like a sort of awareness exercise beforehand that she details in the book, but
Mhm.
it wasn't anything, you don't have to go to woo-woo college or whatever. Be a spiritual master of something like not a thing. But but being able to join others in
Mhm.
trying to improve something.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
give
very
I will give you that 10
simple
minutes.
process. It was you could either do it live, you can do it online, and 8 turned out to be kind of the sweet spot. I mean,
Which is just crazy.
it could be fewer, it could be 6 even, or it could be more, but no more than 12, right? Then you start break up into different groups, but 8, I mean, you can get 8 people together. And it just recently, actually, a friend did this for a cousin's, this young woman, anyways, cervical cancer, had a young daughter,
Mhm,
barely 30, and did it for 8 days. And so we haven't got the report back yet, but it was really kind of cool um, when she put it together. There were 8 of us doing
mhm.
it at 8 p.m. for 8 days in a row.
That's so cool.
So, it stayed within that, and it was really cool because we'd get on for 10, 15 minutes, she set the stage and reminded us of it, and there was an intention statement
Mhm.
where it was in present tense. We saw her healthy and, vibrant and all that good stuff, like, there was a specific statement, a picture of her healthy, when she was
Okay.
healthy, And then that way we could focus on that, have that in our mind's eye
Mhm.
as we went into a meditation for 10 minutes.
Right. And I wanna, go into what meditating is. It
Okay.
honestly, if you ever sit and think about something
Mhm.
for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is, then you're sitting there and considering something, that in itself is meditating.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you
that's just
don't
it.
have to be a yogi and contort your body and do anything, like, I mean, if you're just considering something to the
Mhm.
exclusion of other concerns,
Mhm.
that's what meditation is.
Yeah.
So
And
when
we all had a focus too. It was
Mhm.
her image, the intention statement, our breathing, so we could just kind of float from those 3 things.
Right.
Float
Yeah.
between those 3, right? Now, the really cool thing that I just discovered recently, and it's just been released, and I'm a tech nerd, totally.
I
There's
envy
an
you. That is not my
app.
area of nerddom.
Oh, well, there's an app called Altruistic. It's all true, ALLTRUEISTIC. And this app has it's got a social kind of feel to the, user interface, but it's really intentions that are set. So it's the image, it's the intention statement, and then you can do one for either 72 seconds,
Huh.
5 minutes, or 10 minutes.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't it awesome? And the really cool thing is that there's also a follow-up component to it in wow stories. So you can
That's so
post if
cool.
you've had that, if the intention has worked, then
Mhm.
people post it in their wow stories.
Oh,
And
that's so cool. I am
just
totally
been
gonna check that
released.
out.
Yeah,
Oh, and by the way, we do not make any money if you, like, sign up for anything or
no,
buy any books or
no,
whatever. We're just
no.
sharing resources in an effort to make life better for all of us.
Thank you for saying that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. So I just thought it was the coolest thing ever because it just got launched in June. So they're still working on it. It's been kind of through a soft launch, but so far it's just been amazing. And it's just so cool when you are involved in these group settings, whether it's a Power of Eight group or you just do it on the app.
Mhm.
The thing is that you get that selfish component too, which is fine, right? Because you're just kind of
Yeah.
now you're in a realm of this gorgeous energy. So as you're giving it
Right.
out, you get back, not in
Yeah.
kind, but in some other way. Like in those 8
Exactly.
days, 2 of us had like some pretty huge stuff happen. And it was like,
That's so
what is
cool.
happening right now?
Well, I put a ticker across a while ago, but if you wanna do any kind of Power of 8 action, any sort of community meditation to improve, our situation on this planet, whether it's you have an individual that you're considering, like, let's get this party started. I would be more than happy to participate in that. I love
Awesome.
the idea of picking a time, for, every day, just doing it at that time, for the prescribed amount of time, and, I mean, I'm happy to set up whether that's a video meeting or, whatever, but, like,
Yeah.
let's try, right? Like,
Yeah.
what if it works? What if it
Exactly.
helps? Thank
Exactly.
you,
Well, we're gonna
yes.
be doing one in Badass Coaching in the membership, and I'm gonna open that up. So, hey, if you wanna join us, by all means, come on in,
Absolutely.
happy to do it. The other thing that's really cool about the app is that you can actually create a private group. So, if you've put together a group, like a Power of 8 group, you
Mhm.
create the intention in the app, and then you get pinged, "Okay, we're doing this at 8 o'clock."
Right.
So people don't actually have to get on a Zoom or they don't have to they're gonna be doing it from the comfort of their own home or wherever they're at. It's like, "Hey,
So
listen,
cool.
I gotta excuse myself for 10 minutes," and then boom, you get
Right.
into the
You
the
don't need special
intention.
equipment.
No, no, the equipment is, like, right here.
100%. It's your intention and
Right
it's
in here.
your, desire, and sharing that. I love that it's stated beforehand, so everybody's on the same page,
Yes.
and, and then you just focus your energy on that
Yeah.
and put out the high vibe
Mhm.
for the effect that you are intending.
Yes, and it's really it's very cool. You just feel better. Even if you're having a crappy day, if you get into an intention setting, man,
Yeah.
it gets your mind off of whatever. is happening.
Oh, yes, and if you DM me or comment on this, please let me know your time zone
Oh,
so
yeah.
that I don't, because I don't wanna pick, X o'clock, and then you're just like, "Fantastic, that's 3 AM." You know? "Thank you for nothing, Mel." Mm. Yeah, but I'm very much looking forward. Thank you, Carol, for coming on and having this candid conversation about just ways that we are, taking our badassery to another level. I love that that's the name of your group, PS. And let's do it. Like, let's use the tools that we can find and let's discover if they work for us. Let's
Absolutely.
try.
Absolutely. Open mind, open heart, open road.
Excellent.
All right.
Cheers.
Take care.